We get to Kamaluddin Alkali now, Sheikh Alkali. Sheikh, listening to you earlier, and of course listening to our guests right here in the studio, that these bills are very solid and the contentious areas are very minute, and if you like, may not affect the overall outcome if it's eventually passed. But I'd like to ask you about the revenue derivation formula. That's talking about the sections 22 and 77 of the Tax Administration Bill, which proposes a new VAT sharing formula of 10% to the federal government, 55% to the states, and 35% to the local government areas. Now, this section also proposes for the distribution of 60% of the VAT revenue standing to the credit of the states and local governments based on derivation. Now, if the proposal, in these bills, is not eventually assented to, if there's a switch to what the different voices are calling for, will these bills still meet its aim eventually? Will it still be the much needed, if you like, tax reform that would, shape our country for the better?
Yeah, thank you. I want to concur on the issue confirmed by my honorable member that the contentious issues are few, because you have a situation where you have about 451 sections in the bills, about 400 pages, and then less than 5% of what you have is contentious. So we thank God for that, and the committee did a very good job. But if they claim perfection, they are playing God. So they should listen to people. Now, on the sharing formula, it was 50%. I mean, the horizontal sharing formula that is between or among states and local governments was or is currently 50% based on equality, 30% based on population, and then 20% based on derivation. Now, the proposal in the bill is that 60% should go on derivation, and then they were silent on the remaining 40%, presumably 20% population, 20% equality. And I think there is nothing in the bills that receives so much attention and comment by Nigerians more than the issue of this 60% on derivation. Number one, derivation has not been interpreted anywhere in the Act and anywhere in the bills. And important as it is, we need to even understand what is meant by derivation. Is it point of sales or point of consumption? Because there is this issue I have been looking at. On one side, you say VAT is a consumption tax. On another side, you say it is multi-stage, inclusive of production stage and the distribution stages. So there should be clear-cut definition of what we mean by derivation. And for me, ordinarily, derivation is based on the principle of attribution. I am not against it in principle. The only challenge is the implementation, as Dr. Iwundu has been saying, implementation. How can we be able to use the fiscalization to achieve what we want to achieve? For me, if that issue continues, the headquarter effect may remain, and the widely suspected hidden agenda will continue to be on the minds of people, that it will make some states richer than others in terms of VAT allocation. Because what we have now, that has been attested to by Mr. Tayo and even Mr. Zaks, is that Lagos, Port Harcourt, or let me say River State and Abuja are taking what does not belong to them. My concern, how are we going to apply the issue of this fiscal, electronic fiscal system? But for me, if the position of the Nigerian governors and the leadership of the presidential committee, as per the communique after their meeting, of making the derivation 30% is adopted by the National Assembly, I think it's very okay. Then they will now, the Inland Revenue Service will now apply the issue of fiscalization. Let us see how it works. If it works, fine and good, it can be increased. But for now, how I wish it remained at 20% until we see the workings of the fiscalization. Thank you.
Right, Sheikh Akali.